I often get asked what's the best way to get into cinematography. How does someone find themselves able to shoot high-quality cinematic docs? Well, there are many entry points to becoming a cinematographer, but I'm going to walk you through how I did it and how I think you should too. Be an AC first. I was a camera assistant for 10 years before making the switch to be a full-time cinematographer. While that might sound like a long time to wait, I have good reasons to suggest this as a viable route. As a documentary camera assistant, you will work under people who are incredible at their jobs and have been doing it for a long time. You get to soak it all up, learning from established people and see what works and what doesn't. You get to study the nuances of documentary cinematography, many of which have absolutely nothing to do with the technical aspects of the job. Anticipation, patience, instinct, and relationships. Things that can only come with a lot of time and practice. But as an AC, you get to learn these skills by watching others, instead of making on-the-job mistakes that could have major impacts to the integrity of the film or your career moving forward. As a documentary camera assistant, you get a front row seat to what it takes to make a film good. Generally working in small teams, you get to be a larger part of the filmmaking process. The director might ask your thoughts on a scene. You might get to chime in with a question at the end of an interview. You get to see how a film comes together scene by scene. And if you have the trust of the director and DP, you'll probably get to shoot as well. I've had the opportunity to work on some phenomenal films and got to learn from the very best in the business. In this video, I'll walk you through the role of a documentary camera assistant, how to anticipate the needs of the cinematographer, how to work with sound, and how to know when to speak up and when not to. The role of a documentary camera assistant is a little different from a traditional AC and narrative work. While you'll still have a lot of the same tasks, like keeping the equipment organized and assisting the cinematographer with lens, battery, and media changes, your role is more of a support system for the entire filmmaking team. A narrative film will have a large crew, and even on the smallest projects. But on a doc, you're often a member of a team of 4. The camera department is you and the DP. Maybe you're lucky to have a media manager, but oftentimes not. The sound department is 1 person, so you'll help them out too. The producer might need your assistance getting a release form signed in a chaotic scene, and the director will need battery changes on their wireless monitor. You might say, wait, this sounds a lot like being a PA. Well, that might be partially true, but you're still a highly skilled member of the team that is at the center of everything going on. Your main focus is to manage the camera package and have on ready whatever the cinematographer needs. You're the gatekeeper of all the gear. It'll live with you in the hotel, you'll be in charge of packing the vehicle each day, and determining the best storage options at a given location. Battery running low? Have one ready. Time for a card swap? Get ready to reload. Long scene done? Grab that camera off their shoulder. So much of being a good doc AC is anticipating the needs of the DP and staying one step ahead. Basically, thinking like a DP without actually being the DP. Verite documentary is all about following the story as it unfolds. How the day will go is entirely up to the subject and their life. So as an AC, you need to be ready for anything that comes up. The key to this is understanding how your cinematographer likes to work by asking them and observing them. Are they hands-on with the gear, or are they more keen for you to handle it? Do they like you close for easier communication, or out of sight and a call away? Are they open to your technical suggestions, or just want you to carry out their plan? None of these are right or wrong way to do things. It's just the temperament of each individual DP. It's important to talk to your cinematographer about their expectations so you can best serve the needs of the shoot. Here are a few things to always look out for and be ready with, even if the DP isn't. The goal is whenever the DP finds they need something, you've already thought it through and have it close. What lens do you think they'll want next? Have it nearby or on you for a fast change? Are we going outside? Will they need a filter, NDs, polarizer, grads? Have these packed in a run bag. Heading into a new scene? Go ahead and preemptively swap batteries and media before it starts, despite wherever they're at right now. Listen in to the director-cinematographer conversations to get a better sense of the approach and the needs that could arise. While some of these tasks sounds like normal AC responsibilities, the difference is that it happens at the drop of a hat. A battery swap could mean missing out on the most important moment of the scene. Needing a filter when they're in the car means you missed a shot that isn't repeatable. Time is rarely on your side, and it's about having everything in order so nothing surprises you. Staying organized is probably the most important skill of a dock AC. Know where every piece of gear is at all times. Pack things into run bags according to what you'll need most often. Keep that gear clean and in good working order. Always have fresh batteries and media on you. And keep that media organized and well labeled. Obviously, your primary focus is camera, but you'll oftentimes find yourself helping out the sound department, which is really just one person. They need help too, but rarely get it. When planning out gear storage at a location, keep sound's needs in mind as well. Ask if they need a battery swap or something put on charge when you're headed back to the charging station. You need to grab an extra lav or ComTech? Learn how your sound recordist packs and organizes their gear so you can get something if they need it. Do you hear something that will ruin the audio? See if you can handle it or find someone that can. Watch how the sound moves in a scene to get best position while also dancing with the DP to stay out of the shot. You're possibly the closest person to make eye contact with the sound recordist if they need something to make the scene work. You can be that extra set of eyes and ears to make it all happen smoothly. There's a lot about cinematography you can learn from a good sound recordist, because at the end of the day, sound is far more important than picture in a doc. So problems are always going to come up on a film shoot, and probably even more on a doc shoot. So don't be afraid to speak up if something happens. If there's a media issue, make sure the DP is aware of it as soon as possible. Did you forget something at the hotel or leave something in the van? Let the DP and producer know ASAP. While these things will certainly be difficult to admit, it's far better to bring up quickly so you and the team can adjust and still get what you need. There's nothing worse than hearing bad news at the end of the day when there's nothing you can do to fix it. Conversely, if you see something the DP missed or have a suggestion that could make the job easier or faster, pull the DP aside and tell them. They'll thank you for having their back and always having your eyes open to make something better. While speaking up in certain situations is a good thing, you can also easily overstep. Something I come across a lot with newer ACs is they want to voice their opinion on how to get a certain shot or suggesting a certain directing approach. Sometimes it's easy to feel like you have a stronger voice in a small crew. But always remember your job is to support the team and make their jobs easier, but not to do their jobs for them. But because doc crews are so small, you will absolutely have the opportunity to make comments and offer suggestions. Everyone on the crew is a participant in the telling of the story, but you need to know when and where to voice those opinions. If you have a good director and DP, they'll offer you the chance to make those observations, I promise. That's what's so great about going out to dinner at the end of the day. It's a chance to recap, break down how the story is evolving and what everyone can do to get the most out of the story in front of you. Being a documentary camera assistant is a great way to learn how to be a good cinematographer. What you pick up from people who have been in the business for a long time will make you a stronger DP when it's your time to shine. I always tell people there's no retirement age in filmmaking. You can do this job for as long as your body allows, so don't feel rushed to climb the ladder. There's a lot of value in the apprenticeship process, learning and practicing over and over before implementing. If you want to be at the top of your game, you'll need to learn how to play the game well. I look back fondly as my time as an AC. The projects I worked on, the people I worked with, the access I got, and the things I learned all informed how I wanted to work when I became a cinematographer. I took in all the good and bad traits from the people I worked with and determined what I wanted to incorporate into my own style. I hope you found this video helpful as you begin your career as a documentary cinematographer. I'll be doing a follow-up to this where I talk about the technical aspects of being a good doc AC as well, so be sure to check that out. I've got a lot more content coming down the pipe, so please hit me up if there's something you'd like to see. Thanks so much for watching.